right. It's like week 42 of real estate.
It's getting closer. The end is here. If you're not entitled now, you might not close by the end of the year.
It's true. You better get it on right now. A couple quick updates on properties. 3450 Bethlehem, 26,787 square feet on 3.41 acres. Zoned K, heavy industrial in Fort Worth. Call Todd Hubbard or David Gwynn. Just going to take Old Denton off there. That thing is pretty much done. That'll be done this week.
Yeah.
South J. Elmer Turner Freeway. Someone please bring us a deal on this. We need to make a deal on this building. 1230 South J. Elmer Turner Freeway, 11,100 square feet on 10 gross acres, 7 paved.
And on the 7 paved, we actually can grow that up to 9. So you'll have almost 9 full acres of concrete. So bring us somebody.
Yep. Bronze under contract. Parkside leasing. We're going to have about 15,000 feet of vacancy there at the end of the year. We got a tenant moving, so bring us somebody to lease that thing up.
Those spaces are all roughly 5,000 feet.
Mm-hmm. And Dividend, 15,494 square feet on 1.41 acres. Call Lano Partners. Colin McClellan. So, all right. This week, we got initial jobless claims. Forecast is 230,000. Previous was 225. U.S. trade deficit. Forecast is 70 billion. Previous was 78. Core CPI, I guess they think that's going to be down to 0.2% from 0.3. We're missing a little data here on some stuff. Sorry. U.S. debt is at 35 trillion, but I don't know what it went up last week. So sorry, we had some spreadsheet issues. Same thing on the indices, but the Dow closed out at 42,190 points. The S&P closed out at 5,734 points. The NASDAQ closed out at 18,069. And West Texas crude ended up at $76.66 a barrel. So it made a little run back up. The 5-year ended up at 3.81. So it went up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the 10-year, 3.98.
The 10-year right now, Jeremy, is above 4 as of this morning.
I thought rates went down, Will.
And it is 11:15 Monday, October the 7th.
Rates went down, Will.
Oh, dude, real estate values just go up forever. Forever.
Real estate stocks last week leading was REIT, hotel, and motel. But all the rest of stocks got faded hard. Looks like industrial was down 5.19. 1 month performance, real estate services is leading the charge, up 10 points. REIT, hotel, motel second. REIT diversified in third. The 3-month performance is real estate services. Let's see. Oh, it's the term of the week.
Ooh.
You're up. Everybody really enjoyed quantum last week.
Yeah, well.
And as funny as it was, we said quantum and we got on a call later that day, kind of stemming from the conversations where quantum came from, and quantum got used a quantum amount of times in that conversation.
Yes.
But another gem.
But is your quantum fungible?
Is your capital fungible?
Do you have fungible capital? The group we were talking to had fungible capital.
So what does that mean, Will, if I have fungible capital?
So it's funny. I have it written in my notebook, fungible, quotation marks. What does this mean?
Yeah.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. So according to ChatGPT, in the context of fungibility of capital, when we say that capital is fungible. We mean that the funds or assets can be freely exchanged or reallocated across different uses without losing their value or function. For instance, money raised by a company through bonds can be used for a variety of purposes, such as in expanding operations or repaying debt, since money is fungible. So that makes sense in how they are capitalized.
Very fungible. Very fungible. Well, time for my weekly favorite segment now.
Yes.
Hello.
Mersachi.
What's up, boys?
Are you here in DFW or are you in Florida about to get crushed?
I'm here. I'm not in Florida.
Not a Florida man today.
Florida is about ready to go. Bye-bye.
Yeah. It's kind of coming head on right into Bradenton, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is coming right towards our place. So now they're saying it's a Cat 5.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa. Whoa,
man.
I had some nice clothes there, too. Could be a little disappointed about that.
Ruh-roh. Well, if there's anything you're good at, Jeff, it's an insurance claim.
Yeah. Pretty good at brokers, but insurance claims sounds like you're the man.
Yeah, kind of an insurance savant on the claims front. So, oh man,
I hope so. I hope I got enough.
Well,
I'm underinsured.
Well, I hope the people that bet on Alabama were insured, but good call, Jay Murr, on the Vanderbilt outright win.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, that was little Cat 5 call there.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then you had Tennessee lose outright to Arkansas.
Yeah.
I took Arkansas, but I thought they'd just cover. But, man, outright. And I'd also like to point out, Jeff, your favorite team this year is the first team to become bowl eligible, the Indiana Hoosiers, 6-0.
The Hoosiers are good.
They are good. They're real.
So random.
It's so random.
So random.
It's just funny that you start watching those games because you got something on it, and then now you're part of it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that and my old Red Raiders actually pulled it out.
Yeah.
I was up till 1:45 in the morning watching that game. A little Big 12 after dark. So,
yeah, they're 5-1 now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going opposite guy this week because I think I'm going to decide the Red Raiders are pretty good. I was still feeling that backlash from that ACU scare.
Well, I think it got compounded the following week at Washington State when we didn't have Taj Brooks, and it's obvious what a difference that guy makes.
Yeah.
I mean, he won. I mean, he very uncharacteristically fumbled the ball twice in that game against Arizona, but ended up winning it for us in the end. And had he not fumbled twice, I think it would have been a total. But I mean, he is a difference maker for sure for us. So if we have him, we're competitive. If not, it's pretty dicey.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get into it. What do you got this week? Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Little backstory here. We're prepping. This is real game prep because we're going hard in the paint at Cirque all day Saturday.
Right. We're having our midterm.
Yeah. This is
our midterm.
That's right. This is it. So, we're getting ready for Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you got?
Okay. I've got, I'm taking Utah -4 versus Arizona State.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Army just continues to roll heads.
Man, I'm glad Army said, "Hey, we're not going to run the triple option anymore."
Yeah.
Like,
just so boring for so long.
Oh, it's just brutal.
Painful.
But UAB is pretty bad.
Yeah, they are bad.
So I'll take Army. I think Texas is going to win.
It's going to be a close game.
I think my number's more like 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Oklahoma in the points. They're at 14. It feels like a Texas blowout. That's what it feels like. But
it does. But this game, you never know in this game. This is like the Super Bowl for these guys.
Mm-hmm. I think Mississippi State and Georgia is going to be a very similar game as Mississippi State and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I think Georgia's going to kind of play with their food, and and they're not going to just totally put them away. So I think I'm going to take the under on that game.
Okay.
53.5 to under.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tennessee bounce back game.
Yeah.
I don't remember who they play.
They're playing Florida in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Florida had to beat UCF last weekend, who's not that great, and Florida's pretty bad. They're going to go into Knoxville and probably get smoked. I got that game too. So.
Rocky Top.
I'm done betting USC. UCF. I bought too much into that.
Yeah.
I've got North Texas -6.5. I think they're playing Wyoming. Is that right?
I don't think they're playing Wyoming. Who are they playing? Someone else is playing Wyoming. Well, maybe they are. Hang on a second. Hold on. Bet the field. I don't even remember the damn site. North Texas. UNT. Yeah, they might be playing. Let's see. They have Florida Atlantic.
Oh, yeah. Are they playing at FAU?
They are at FAU.
Oh, man. That's going to be a weird environment with the hurricane.
Yep.
The hurricane will be passed by then, but
what's left?
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you've ever been to FAU, but FAU is basically North Texas on the beach.
Mm. It has a pretty big, 25,000 students or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a big school.
The Owls, right?
Yeah.
And I highly recommend going to a game there. It's engaging. I'm gonna take the Buckeyes over Oregon.
I like that.
I
think Oregon's
Ohio
a little
State,
overrated.
They've really beaten everyone they've played badly.
Yeah, and they got a $20 million payroll.
Yeah,
so.
That helps a lot.
I'm gonna take Iowa State -3 versus West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iowa State's a pretty good team.
You got money line on UCLA.
Yes. Huh? Yeah. This is really where I've become opposite guy, because at the start of this year, after seeing the coach's preseason speech, I thought they were going to be worthless chodes. But what I think has happened is the money line, the people that set the lines, they thought the same thing, and I think they're way over baking the lines for UCLA. But I think UCLA's going to win this game.
Wow, I'm taking Minnesota at 5.5.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting. I got a couple games you don't. I got Texas State rolling with the Bobcats against Arkansas State at -14. I ended up taking a lot of favorites this week. I kept realizing.
Yeah, you're at Texas State. I know Cameron. He spent 1 year there.
2 years. 2 years as Bobcat.
Okay. So it's a Tammy bet.
Yeah. I'm taking Boise State -21 versus Hawaii. Hawaii's garbage, and Boise State's pretty real, and their running back is insane.
He's really good.
He has 2 games where he had 187 yards in the first half and 120. The other night he had 136 in the first half. I mean, he's a freak.
I think Zeke Elliott would start in front of him.
Probably not. not after what I saw last night. Before I
I
went
don't
to
know
bed.
if Zeke Elliott would start at half of the college programs.
No, he definitely couldn't go back to his alma mater and start.
Isn't that crazy? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Derail. Let's see. Pitt. The Pitt bet. I like Pitt. Pitt's 5-0.
I know, but did you see California gave Miami a real hard run for their money this weekend?
Well, I'm starting to think Miami ain't all that I felt they were in the beginning.
Agreed.
So
they're really fake Miami.
Yeah.
They're not the U.
They're not the U yet.
Okay.
No. They're not Michael Irvin's Miami.
No. There's a little vacuum cleaning going on somewhere.
Somewhere in the office pod. A lot of things.
I'm picking up all your losses.
Yeah.
I had my fair share. I'll get the cleaning crew over here shortly.
Yeah. I got Kentucky minus 13.5 versus Vandy. Vandy just won the Super Bowl of all Super Bowls for them. I think Kentucky comes in there and kicks their ass.
Yeah. All right.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I'm just scared of it just because it does make sense. It does make sense.
The other game I have is the battle of two really bad teams, UTSA and Rice. I was looking at, I'm taking UTSA. Jeff, have you looked at Rice's schedule for the rest of the year? I think they might lose the next 4 in a row.
He said that earlier in the season. He's like, they're trash.
they got they got to play some good teams. They got to play Army.
Well, it's easy. You can just say that at the beginning of any Rice season. You're going to be right 90% of the time.
Well, but they got to play
fair.
They got to play Army, UTS. They got to play Army, Memphis. Army's 4-1.
Yeah, they're
Memphis is 4-1. Like, they got to play some hard teams coming up here, so they better get on it. All right, in the battle of the cats, I think the BYU Cougars cover 3.5 versus the Arizona Wildcats.
You know what? I had that.
You had that. I think you skipped over it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Corby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mom TikTok, right? Mom talk.
Oh, yeah. 44-ounce Diet Cokes, whatever they're slurping down these days up there.
Yeah. The soakers.
We love all people.
I don't talk about that.
I've also got Washington State minus 3.5 versus Fresno State. Fresno State's pretty garbage. Washington State's kind of garbage, but kind of decent. So
I think we've learned that I cover the games from 11 to 8.
Yeah.
And you cover the rest of the day.
Yeah. He's got
I don't know what's going on the West Coast.
Yeah.
He's got nighttime games.
Here's a game I really like. Stanford plus 23.5 at Notre Dame.
Whoa.
I think Stanford loses, but I think they make it a game. I think Stanford's not that bad. They're okay, but I think Notre Dame is just Notre Dame, and they never just continually blow people out. They always let people hang with them. So, and then the other one I got is Ole Miss minus 3 over LSU. I don't know why. I don't feel like LSU's real this year. I don't feel like LSU's going to be real with that coach, the Notre Brian. Is it Brian Kelly?
Yeah.
I always thought he was a good coach, but he hadn't really put it together.
I predicted when he moved there that he was going to struggle to kind of recruit.
Yeah, that's what I see.
It's just culturally, guys from Massachusetts, longtime Democrat, I think. Catholic guy, you put him at Notre Dame, excels immensely. Recruits from the Northeast, Northwest, anywhere in between, really well. Crushes the coast. He shows up in Louisiana and he fakes an accent day one. You're like, dog, come on now.
He wasn't the right kind of day drinker to live in Louisiana.
Somebody call Jim Bryce.
Yeah.
Get all those guys going down there. He'll recruit them all.
Well, I want to go over one little fun fact I learned this last week that really shocked me. So Jeff and I are going to go to the Raiders Steelers game on Sunday. And Jeff, do you know where the Raiders All-Pro defensive end Max Chandler went to high school?
Max Chandler?
Yeah.
Is that Crosby?
I'm sorry, Crosby. Max Crosby. Sorry, Max Crosby.
Max Crosby. I have no idea.
He attended Colleyville Heritage High School here in DFW.
Wow. Really?
Yes. I was like, what?
Oh.
I saw some reel with him getting interviewed by Julian Edelman, and he was telling Edelman how he played 6A high school football in Texas, and his crowds were bigger than his college crowds at Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, what? And I looked it up, and he played at Colleyville Heritage.
That's pretty cool.
So that was a very interesting fact I learned last week.
How did he go all the way up there?
He's from Michigan originally, but he moved to Colleyville somehow. But anyways.
And he got some tats along the way.
He did. He got the neck and all, and, for life. But, well, I'm excited about Vegas, no doubt. So
our call next week won't be on Monday, right?
Yeah, we'll be flying back, and it's federal holiday. So so
it's Columbus Day.
It's Columbus Day.
It's my day.
Your day.
It's my day. It's my day.
It's Will's day.
It's for Italian people.
It's for
I don't think it's really for any. I think they took that away from us in the last couple of years.
I'm sure they did. So next Tuesday we'll have the call, and
okay.
So you get an extra day to stumble out of the haze, and
yeah.
Well, I'm doing. Monday when I get back, I'm cold plunging my liver.
You're going to need it.
I don't know if Rich Young does ever just a special organic cold plunge, but I'm going to have my liver cold plunge.
Just get shut to Rich's house.
Yeah. Rich, I need a cleansing. Oh, that's funny. All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.
All right. So, couple headlines here. Let's see. Not really much of a headline, but I wanted to talk. There's a big article about Y'all Street.
Yeah,
and man, it sounds like Uptown's going to get pretty real into this, and this isn't the real deal, and you got the Goldman campus coming, so you've got Deloitte, you've got Bank of America who's moving over there. It's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be like we're going to be like We're going to be like the real Wall Street around here.
Kind of, yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Do you take offense to that?
No.
Do you take a little offense to that?
I don't. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It will be.
That's why it's called Y'all Street.
Yeah, but I think we have a tremendous advantage on everybody because just geographically, you want to go west, it's easy. You want to go east, it's easy.
Yeah,
you sit in the middle of all the daytime.
I guess the stock exchange, is that like truly happening, or is it just like still an idea?
Oh, the Texas Stock Exchange. Abbott had a big press conference around it. I didn't listen, but there was a rah shishkamba about it.
I guess they're just talking about. There's going to be a section of 23 Springs. The north end is the largest trio. It's being marketed as the Urban Arboretum and will feature at least 4 high-rise buildings sitting on 11 acres and centered on a 1.5-acre park. One of them, 14 stories, 800,000 feet, will house Goldman Sachs. So I don't know. It's just, let's see. And then So less than a mile up from Cedar Springs, 23 Springs is taking shape. Future tenants of Bank OZK and Deloitte have already signed leases.
Yeah.
26-floor office building is in the north side of the Crescent, and the mixed-use development has anchored uptown since 1986. Let's see. Since the partnership for New York City named Dallas a threat to the Big Apple's World Financial Capital crown.
I don't disagree. I also have some just nostalgia, but.
Sure. Yeah, you get a little offended. You don't like.
But dude, it's just making me hold on to that house in Lake Highlands even harder.
Since 2019, investment banking and securities employment jumped 27% in Texas compared to 5% in New York.
I wonder how much of that is just like organic hiring here versus like transferring people here.
That's a good question. Unlike the more organic growth of Wall Street, Y'all Street's transformation is a very deliberate one, and developers will decide how it takes shape.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I think Hunt is doing the Goldman Sachs building.
Yes, and then they tore down a big apartment complex next to the Perot. You would know it.
So you've got, so here's the tenant list. You've got at Northfield Street, you've got Goldman Sachs, 14-story, 800K square feet, 5,000 employees. Wells Fargo's in Las Colinas Boulevard in Irving. They have 850,000 square feet, 3,000 employees. Bank America is on Woodall Rogers, 30 stories, 500K. Let's see, they're taking 238,000 feet, 1,000 employees. Comerica went up to Cowboys Way.
Yeah.
100,000 square feet, top 3 floors, only 300 employees, weak sauce, Comerica. JP Morgan Chase on Communications Parkway in Plano, 540K, 4,000 employees. That was 2021. So let's see, JP Morgan Chase, North Ackerd, end of 24, 490,000 square feet. Let's see, they leased 160,000 feet for 700 employees. Deloitte is taking 4 full floors at about around 100,000 feet. Not sure how many employees yet, but that's in 25. Deloitte in Westlake coming in 25. Let's see, Charles Schwab in Westlake.
Yeah.
6,000 employees.
You got a little Liberty Mutual action there?
They didn't even put Liberty Mutual on.
Are you serious?
Is that not nuts?
In State Farm?
And State Farm. And doesn't MetLife have a pretty...
Yeah, Capital One's got a pretty big group
TIA
too.
Cref just did a deal up at Cowboys Way, so...
I mean, Capital One's right down the street from us here off of headquarters or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, between those 4 groups, there's probably another 15 to 20,000 employees here.
Yeah.
Because when I was at Liberty Mutual here, there was 3,000-ish people. State Farm was about 5 times the size, I think. They had 15,000.
So I guess, is Goldman going to have like real C-level employees down here?
I don't know, but I mentioned on an earlier episode, allegedly the average salary is going to be $175,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what else? You got anything?
Nothing really real heavy DFW real estate related, but there's a hurricane coming for Florida, as you all know, and the Wall Street Journal is reporting the Great Florida Migration is coming undone. A surplus of housing inventory and dwindling buyer interests are slowing sales. Hurricanes and extreme weather are making it worse. Key points are much of Florida's housing market is cooling off because of surplus of inventory and dwindling buying interest. Analysts worry that a price correction in some cities could follow. This is a crazy stat. Surging insurance costs are pricing many homeowners out of the market. Insurance premiums in Florida are up as much as 400% over the past 3 years. Dude. Crazy.
It's crushing.
Insurance premiums are likely to become even steeper following this hurricane season. Institutional investors are starting to sell some of their Florida properties because of the climbing insurance costs and the current interest rate environment. This is another sign the market is approaching an inflection point. If you're on gross leases, you're done. Hang it up. Just hang it up.
Dude, I don't know. It's like we've talked about buying in Florida. Like,
we're in a honey hole.
Yeah, I don't know why you.
I'd follow a tenant there.
Sure.
I'd follow a tenant there. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd buy into it.
I don't think I'd buy spec.
No, dog.
It has to be really compelling.
Or just go out there and start buying.
Just organically.
Or I guess that's buying spec, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, not a lot going on. It's getting choppy out there.
I think I'd go to Phoenix next. Doesn't seem like a lot happens there weather-wise.
Yeah.
It's just hot at some point.
It's just warm.
But it's also pretty nice.
It is.
So.
It is. It's pretty pro-business. Do they have state income tax? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
And there's just a lot of people there, too. Like, people move there on purpose.
Yeah, people like it.
Like, I've had family members just move there. And they're like, oh, it's a good job market. It's warm all the time. I'm getting out of Ohio.
2.5% on state.
That's fair.
Tax.
That's fair. But, yeah.
Wonder what property taxes are there.
Maybe I go to Utah.
I'd look at Utah as well. There's just not a lot of product out there.
No. And I feel like if you're not of the church, you probably get fleeced on a deal pretty quick.
Could. You could.
I bet a lot of your vendors are all tied in and everything.
A lot of outsiders.
Yeah.
Not welcome.
Not welcome.
So.
But no, I don't have much else.
Well, if you have a deal, bring it to us. Oklahoma to San Antonio off of I-35.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be on I-35, but
yeah,
if that vein's running through the town, we're interested.
We've got some stuff we're working on.
We do.
And if you have tenants that need yards between DFW and San Antonio, so it's very large, we 3 to 5 acres, we got a couple sites.
We do. We do have some sites coming.
Give us a call.
Give us a call.
That's all I got, big dog.
All right. See you later.
Peace.